How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the release of one of the more interesting new IPs of the year and one of the bigger game releases in a while, and that is EA Originals Immortals of Aveum, coming from Ascendant Studio. Want to take a look at everything you should know about the game before you drop your $60 or $70 on the game? Yes, this is a $70 game on consoles, which I imagine is going to push some people away, but, you know, $70 is becoming the standard for a lot of games these days, so some of us are just getting kind of acclimated to it. Right off the top, I do want to mention that if you are going to be buying this game digitally, what I would recommend you to do, and really a no-brainer to do, sign up to EA Play. EA Play gives you 10% off purchases on every EA title. EA Play is $5 a month. Do the math, you'll end up saving $2, you'll get a month of EA Play, and you can go play like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, or the Mass Effect trilogy, or whatever the hell you want to out of the EA Vault catalog of games. But just something that I would recommend you to do. There is also a deluxe edition. It's $80. You'll save $8 if you go that route. We'll talk about the deluxe edition contents at the end of this video. But yes, this is an EA Originals title. This is a brand new label that EA has established to put out new IPs. They worked with Tecmo Koei earlier this year to bring out Wild Hearts, and now they're working with a brand new studio in Ascendant Studios to bring you Immortals of Aveum. Now, some background on Ascendant Studios. Again, a new studio, but they've been working on this game for 5 years now. Ascendant Studios is a video game developer headquartered in San Rafael, California. Its staff has previously worked on titles such as BioShock 2, Borderlands 2, Call of Duty titles in Advanced Warfare, World War 2, Dead Space, Mafia 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Tales from the Borderlands, The Wolf Among Us, a Telltale series, so on and so forth. So you can tell there's a pretty talented group of people working on Immortals of Aveum, a brand new IP. The description of the game notes Immortals of Aveum is a single-player, first-person magic shooter that tells the story of Jack as he joins an elite order of battle mages to save the world on the edge of an abyss. Immortals of Aveum and the story is set in Aveum, a world shaped by millennia of conflict and bloodshed over the control of magic known as the Everwar. Aveum's 5 kingdoms have been reduced to only 2 superpowers, Lucium and Rasharn. Between them lies the wound, an infinitely deep chasm in the center of the world, its cracks dividing the kingdoms as well. Lucium is the home to the hero of the game, Jack, and the Order of the Immortals, determined to defeat the oppressive Rasharnian regime. The Light's army of Lucium fights to protect access to magic and prevent the world from crumbling into oblivion. Then you have Rasharn, has long been Lucium's arch enemy. Years of political conflict and fighting over magic has bred hatred between the two kingdoms. With the tyrant's rise to power, Rasharn has pushed Lucium and its allies to the brink. You have a variety of different characters in the game. Obviously, at the helm is Jack, the main character, having grown up powerless and destitute on the streets of Sarin. Jack is what's known as an unforeseen, someone who unexpectedly manifests magical abilities later in life despite the ire and distrust of the Magni. With noble lineages, Jack is recruited into the Immortals by Lucium's Grand Magnus. With his newfound potential, Jack is reluctantly thrust into mankind's endless war for control of magic. Though he is hot-tempered and hell-bent on proving himself, Jack must face a path of great adventure and responsibility. Jack is a Triarch Magnus, an extremely rare spellcaster capable of wielding all 3 colors of magic. If you ask me, based on watching the trailers, Jack is very reminiscent of like a shonen anime character, and just looking at the background of who Jack is and his story background, that's exactly the vibe that I am getting for it. We'll see how that ultimately parlays into the entirety of the game. Obviously, you have other characters, especially in the group of the Immortals where Jack is from. You have Kirkin, Zendara, and Devin, rounding out the roster of characters that we know about. As far as the Rasharn, you know, Sandrak and the Hand as well. I'm sure there will be other characters that will be introduced. We have a couple other notes. Thaddeus, a dual-wielding, spell-slinging treasure hunter. Rook, a leader of the ancient Alluri. Kenzie, a spunky sky nomad with a disdain for the Everwar as well. As far as combat goes, again, Jack is going to be able to utilize a variety of magical abilities. Magic is the core of offensive and defensive combat. You'll have to master spells, unlock talents, and unleash all 3 colors of magic, which Jack is able to specially utilize. Red magic embodies entropy and violence. Its spells can create rend and harness energy in extreme ways, manipulating it to unleash a destructive beam or disrupting it to disorient enemies. Then you have blue magic. Blue magic embodies force and the physical manipulation of matter. Fire precise bolts, spontaneously form shields and defensive walls, or manipulate gravity. Blue magic also powers a Magnus's ability to grapple, push, or pull objects. And finally, you do have green magic. Green magic embodies growth, death, and can transition spells, manipulate enemies and objects by altering them or their surroundings, bind objects in place, misdirect with illusions, or rend an enemy's ability to cast or heal. Utilizing all three different colors of magic is going to be imperative to your survival throughout the game and having the best combat experience you can possibly have. The gameplay itself looks incredibly fast-paced and the magical abilities look incredibly flashy as well. I think from a visual perspective, when you just look at the magical abilities in action, it's going to be very catching to the eye, but also it looks like there is a good amount of depth to the gameplay with all of the different abilities available and utilizing all of the colors of magic. Some of the other notes of the official page of the game notes: delve into Immortals of Aveum spellbinding first-person combat, master all three colors of magic to suit how you want to play, discover how to customize your spellcasting with 25 unique spells, over 80 talents, and hundreds of pieces of magical gear, and dive deeper into an epic story-driven campaign. It's a single-player first-person magical shooter where you play as Jack, an unexpected Triarch Magnus who is thrust in the midst of the Ever War. It's up to Jack and the elite battle mages of the Order of the Immortals to protect magic and stop the tyrant Sandrock from plunging Aveum into oblivion. Also, some key elements of the game: be the battle mage, join the Order of Immortals, the champion protectors of Lucium, and become Jack the elite Triarch Magnus. Master your magic, fast, fluid, first-person spell-based combat that's easy to learn and satisfying to master, where players are rewarded for clever chained attacks and well-timed counter. Unleash your arsenal spells, unlock and upgrade more than 25 spells, 80 talents, discover, upgrade, and craft hundreds of pieces of magical gear, and save a world on the edge of abyss. Jack and Lucium's elite immortals must race to uncover the mysteries of Aveum's past if there's any hope in saving the future. As far as how long the game is gonna be, the game's length has been confirmed to be around 25 hours. If you're looking to do everything in the game, you can expect something closer to a 30-hour experience. Remember that these are just noted hours of playtime. Some people are gonna complete the game way quicker. Other people might take their time and really try to take in everything, and it might be a little bit longer. Generally speaking, I think most people finish games a little bit quicker than what is outlined, so I would say comfortably expect Immortals of Aveum to be an 18 to 20-hour experience for most of you guys. I think that's where it's gonna settle in. I do also want to note the different editions of the game. You have the base game that's $59.99 on PC, $69.99 on consoles. Again, sign up for EA Play to save an additional 10%. If you do pre-purchase the game, you'll get a purified arc-like sigil, weapon that boosts damage of strikes and shatter spells, and on top of that, there is a deluxe edition, $10 more, $70 on PC, $80 on console. That'll include some in-game items. You'll get Immortals of Aveum, the base game, purified arc-like sigil, Triarch's a Wrath sigil, 3 rings, 2 bracers, and 3 totems as well. Just in-game items if you don't want to spend the extra $10, and I think most people are gonna opt not to just because it's, you know, again, in-game items to boost your stats. Just go with the base game, $70 on console, $60 on PC. But that is gonna do it for me. Immortals of Aveum is, for a lot of people, really starting this wave of a lot of big games coming out. You have this on August the 22nd, you have Armored Core 6 August 25th, and then, you know, for those of you with an Xbox and PC, Starfield is coming out, Spider-Man 2 is gonna be here before you know it, Alan Wake 2, of course, just a ton of stuff coming out, Assassin's Creed Mirage, so on and so forth. But Immortals of Aveum, a brand new IP, and I do like EA publishing these new IPs with their EA Originals label, and hopefully this is a solid debut title for Ascendant Studios. But that is going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.